Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunayama Devaha Bhadram Pakshe Makshabharyajatra Sire Rangaihi Sustuva Gumsastanubihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruttashavaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti na sarksho arishtanemihi Swasti no brihaspatirdadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, nice to see all of you back in class. Okay. Now, last time we saw the introduction into the word Upanishad. We saw the parampara. We also saw that if this knowledge has to be there, it has to come from Ishvara himself, it can't come from anyone else. Because it has to come from a source which is free from self-ignorance. And that can only be the source of all knowledge, Ishvara himself. Then we saw a little bit about Mahatharvan and the Parampara. Any questions, clarifications before I go ahead? You'll have to unmute yourself and ask. Okay, since nobody has asked anything, I am assuming that there are no questions. Okay. Okay. And let us see. What did Shaunaka ask? That's the question now. Okay. Okay. Shaunako havai mahashalaha angirasam Vidivad upasannaha prapacha kasmin bhagavo vijñate sarvamidam vijñatam bhavati iti. Shaunakaha, descendant of Angirasaha, or approached Angirasaha, sorry, he approached Angirasaha. Mahashalaha. Mahashalaha. He had a big shala, meaning a big household. He was a mature man. Okay. Mahashala is indication, big family, big household. That means what? Probably children, grandchildren, brothers, sisters, etc. Everyone. Been there, done that. That type of a guy. Okay. Yeah. That type of a guy who has seen life. Therefore mature. Mahashalaha. Angirasam vidivat upasannaha. He approached Angirasam vidivat upasannaha, in the proper manner. In a proper manner. Proper manner is important. Why? You can't go to a teacher and say, Swamiji, what is all this about? I am curious about it. May answer, not answer. Okay. With a proper attitude. What is the attitude? A learning attitude. That's all that is asked for. You may fall at his feet, not fall at his feet, that's all different. Are you asking a question to learn or for something else? Yeah. Do you have a learning mind, in short? Later on we will speak about other qualities necessary. But basically, are you willing to learn? This is a big difference between the modern academic learning, where you are encouraged to become skeptical, to challenge. Why? Because you also have a background. You also have a brain. You are read up. In fact, before you attend a modern class, you are expected to go with some reading. So you already have something with you. After having something with you, you are going. So you are not supposed to swallow whatever the teacher says. A healthy skepticism is necessary. This is the modern approach. The traditional approach, any branch of learning, especially Vedanta, the traditional approach is, yes, you are going with an attitude of learning, not skepticism. Why? I don't know enough. And enough. I have self-ignorance. Therefore, I don't know enough to challenge or question. I will question definitely. I am not a blind believer. No teacher wants a believer or a follower. No. We want students who are willing to learn. Okay. Therefore, you are not going with an attitude of checking the teacher's knowledge. You are not going with an attitude of, let us see whether he knows it. Let us see whether he can answer my questions. Can answer, may not answer. That's a different thing. Okay? Yeah. Does he? You're not going to test him. Let me ask him a question he can't answer. If the teacher has been teaching for some time, he has seen all types of characters. So he knows all types of questions that will come up. But you're definitely not a blind believer. You're using your intellect. You are never going to give up your independent thinking. It's important to understand this. A teacher who asks you to give up your independent thinking can take you for a ride. It may be a scam. So your independent thinking is not going to give up. At the same time, you have an attitude of learning. You have an attitude of learning and independent thinking as well. Why? Because learning involves understanding. For understanding, your thinking is necessary. At the same time, you are approaching a pramana, a means of knowledge. That means what? As the teacher is unfolding the truth, you are willing to let your mind go along with the words and see the truth. The teaching style is very often referred to as Chandra Shaka Nyaya. There are more than one paradigm, but I am taking one. Chandra Shaka Nyaya. How you will point out the moon with the help of a tree. Let's say both of us are walking on the road. I stop and say, what a moon, nice crescent moon. Badhiya hai. This is beautiful. And you are looking up and saying, what moon? Is it there? Can you not see it? Udhar hi hai. I can't see it. It's a crescent moon, thin crescent moon. What we call as the Ditiya Chandraha, the second day moon. Less the crescent, thin crescent. It looks beautiful. Nahi dikhta. So I said, okay. Do you see the tree there? A tree. I thought you were going to show me the moon. What are you talking of a tree for? That attitude is not a learning. Hey, I'll show you the moon, but do you see the tree? Yes, Swami. I see the tree. Is it a banyan or a people? Arey Baba, we are not discussing the tree. I want to show you the moon. But can you see, a non-learning mind will keep asking questions even before the teacher has said something much. Hey, wait, listen. Learn to listen and let the mind go along with the words. Or if there are more than one person in the group, क्या यार ये तो मून दिखाने वाला है क्या अभी ट्री दिखाने वाला है, ट्री से मेरा क्या लेना देना. You start discussing with each other, Why is he talking about the tree? He is talking about the moon. Why is he jumping to the tree? No. Look at that tree. Yep. You see the huge trunk? Yeah. You see it going off to the right, one huge branch? Yeah, that's right. The branch forking into two? Yes. See the one that going straight up? Yep. Then you see it again forks? Yeah. Look between the fork. Yes. In that yes, is the tree there? The tree is not there. But without the tree, would you have seen the moon? Yes, Swami, I could have seen it. But then you didn't see it when I said it is there. If you had seen when I said it is there, okay, khatam. Now, if I say it is there and you see it, that's called a highly prepared mind. In Vedanta, okay? Otherwise, Chandrashaka Nyaya. So, if you start questioning the very existence of the tree, etc., or you get into a discussion of the tree, it won't work. That is why in Zen we say the finger that points to the moon is not the moon. The finger that's pointing to the moon is not the moon. But you need a finger to point it. You need a finger to point it. So that is where the whole thing comes. That is where the whole thing comes. Therefore, vidivat upasannaha, with this mindset, a mindset that is willing to learn, listen, a mind that has surrendered to the pramana, not the person. Not the person, the mind that has surrendered to the pramana. Oh, my usual example is not there. Okay, fine. Any prop will do. What is this that I am holding in my hand? Obviously a cell phone. Correct? You can see it's a cell phone. Supposing I were to tell you, look at this beautiful rabbit in my hand. What a nice rabbit it is. White in color. And look at the nice ears it has got. So beautiful. And I am waxing eloquent about it, okay. Look at this rabbit. So soft, Fur is so smooth and soft. Will you agree with me? If anyone is going to agree with me, leave the class right now. Why? Because you surrender to the pramana called your eyes, perception. However much you may even, some of you have bhakti bhava to me, may want, I wish Swamiji was right and this has become a rabbit. Your wishing, your willing, etc. is not going to change this. This is a cell phone. You are surrendered to your eyes and your eyes is a pramana. If I continue more, you may have sympathy towards me. What's happened to Swamiji? He was so clear, he was so logical. Abhi kya ho gaya usko? What is wrong? Because you are surrendered to the pramana called your eyes. Same way here, you are surrendered to the pramana called the Shastra, the Veda, the Upanishad. The pramana for knowing the truth, Shabdam. So the surrender is always to a pramana. Remember this. It is not to an individual. Individual comes into the picture because you need an individual to explain it. What we say is Shastra Rupena Guru Mukhat. It comes from the mouth of a teacher, but in the form of the Shastra. That's why it's very important that when you go and learn from someone, you are learning the Shastra. At least half the job is over. If you were to say, this is my anubhava, I am speaking from my experience. What? Not the Shastra, something else. It may be valid for you, it may not be valid. It may be valid only from him because it is for his experience. No? It is his experience. Your situation may be different, therefore it may not be valid. That person may say, hey, dairy is bad for you. From my own anubhava I am telling you, eating dairy products, very bad. Creates lot of lactose intolerance. Hey, that's your experience. I enjoy dairy. Milk, curds, cheese, paneer. Maja aaya. Because my body is different, your body is different. Therefore, your experience may be valid for me, may not be valid for me. But the Shastra is valid for everyone. Why? Even those who hate it. It's all blasphemy, burn it. Even for those characters, it is valid because they have self-ignorance. If you study the Shastra, you will be freed from that self-ignorance. You may not see the beauty of it. You may not respect it. That's your problem. It's universal. Wherever there is self-ignorance, and there is no human being born without self-ignorance. In fact, ignorance is the capital with which you are born. All of us were born totally ignorant. Ignorant of yourself, ignorant of the world. You didn't even know who your mummy was. Your mum was a warm presence. You felt cuddled and nice. And a source of food. That's all. And slowly as you grew up, you started using your eyes. You started first using your taste, okay? For the baby, the first thing developed is the tongue. So, you developed, you used your perception, you used inference, you kept shedding it. Oh, this is my mummy, this is daddy. Oh, okay, this is my older brother. I don't like the guy so much. So, you started shedding ignorance about the world. About your body. Haven't you seen babies? Yeah, that is true. The only kind of capital we enjoy losing. Haven't you seen babies sucking their thumb? Why? He puts the toy into his mouth, the sensation is only here. But when I put my thumb in, there is sensation both places. On my tongue and here. Oh, this is something different. I put my toes into my mouth. Babies do that very comfortably. But sensation both places. I chew on my blanket, only sensation only here. But when I put my toe in, there is sensation here, there is sensation on the toe. So this whole is me. So like this, we keep shedding ignorance. As we grow up, we shed some ignorance of our mind also. Every gaining of knowledge is actually shedding ignorance. We are losing our capital. But one ignorance remains in your heart, self-ignorance. You can go to the moon and come back. You can go to Mars. Right now we don't have enough knowledge to come back. We have enough knowledge to go. But the technology is not enough to come back. But in time it will happen. You can go to the Mars and come back. You can go to Venus and come back. All that you will be able to do. Self-ignorance is quietly sitting in your heart. That self-ignorance will go only with respect to the pramana, the Shastra. Therefore, your attitude toward learning. It is something sacred. I will treat the Shastra with the same respect I treat my eyes. When the eyes tell me, this is a cell phone, all my wishing, willing, etc. is put away aside. This is a cell phone, not a rabbit. I have surrendered totally to my eyes. Same way here. The surrender is the pramana. But the pramana is made up of words. Words have to be handled. Why? Again, with finite words you are going to reveal the infinite truth. कभी हुआ है? With finite words you have to reveal the infinite truth. Don't listen to the people who say, no, words only point, it is beyond the mind. You have to sit quiet. After you have listened, you have to sit quiet and transcend your mind into the realms of the pure Atma. So where is Atma? Timbuktu. Like last time I talked space. How will I know space? If I don't know space is here, there is no way my knowledge of space is complete. Same way in this knowledge. Okay, so you'll use words. Words will give me wisdom, correct? Okay, so I'm willing to. Swamiji, but words give me direct knowledge or indirect knowledge? Like, if I were to describe Gomukh, oh, Gomukh is so beautiful. It's like a snow desert. Nothing grows there. Then there is this huge glacier covered with a thin layer of topsoil. And huge cave there. And from this cave, the Ganga rushes out. Acha. For those of you who have never seen Gomukh, it is indirect knowledge, isn't it? Is it direct knowledge? Then, next year sometime, if you come with me, 24, okay? If you come with me, I'll take you all to Gomukh. Then what will become? Direct knowledge, because you are seeing it. Na? Swamiji, but where is the mukha? Like a cow should be shaped, no? Not there. So, with respect to Gomukh, you gain indirect knowledge and you have to gain direct knowledge. This is a Rudraksha. Words give you direct knowledge or indirect knowledge? Direct, no? Hey, this is a cell phone. Direct knowledge or indirect knowledge?
Direct.
So words can give you indirect or direct depending upon whether it is close to you or it is away from you. And what is the Atma? Upaha. The close cannot get closer. A close which cannot become far. Therefore, either you will gain direct knowledge of the Atma or you will not gain knowledge. Can you all gain indirect knowledge of the phone? This is a phone. I got indirect knowledge. Can you say that? It's right in front of your eyes, even though all of you are far away. Some of you are from Bangalore, some of you are from US and all that. But direct knowledge through the Zoom Connect, direct knowledge. So, that makes the famous statement in Sanskrit, aparoksha vastunaha paroksha jnanam nasti. For a knowledge which is close to me, right in front of me, there is nothing called indirect knowledge. Swamiji, I listened to you, but I have not really gained knowledge. So that's possible. Either you will know, you may not know, or you will know it vaguely. Because you are not understood enough. Mind has to be fine-tuned a bit. Or my teaching is wanting. Both ways. Okay, I am a fair man. Okay. So I will take care of the teaching, you will take care of your mind. Okay? Fair deal, no? Isn't it a deal fair enough? And if my students have become teachers, that means the teaching is okay. Teaching is okay. Yeah. It's because it worked, no? In a couple of cases, it work means it should work in all cases. Not couple of cases, more than that. Yeah. So, that is a vidhivat upasanna. Can you imagine all that is there behind it? Approaching with the right attitude, the sense of surrender to the pramana. If I don't understand, I don't dismiss the pramana, I question to understand. I don't swallow it blindly because the pramana, pramakaranam, it is not authority, it's a pramana. It's supposed to give me knowledge. Knowledge is given to understanding, not swallowing. Therefore, I will question to understand. With that attitude, when I listen to the Shastra, it should work like this. There is no reason why it should not work. So, Shaunakaha Mahashalaha, he approached Vidhivat Upasannaha and Prapacha, he asked. Okay? Asked.
So, one question here.
Yeah?
So, like you are saying.
One second, who is speaking? I just want to.
Sanchit.
Okay, Sanchit, you are on page 2. Okay. Yeah, Sanchit, shoot.
So, ultimately, whatever I understand myself is my understanding.
Yep.
Whatever, so what is it pramana in what sense? Pramana in the sense I should take it seriously.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yep.
Do manana.
Definitely. Because it is in the form of words. See, you don't have to think what you are seeing.
Right.
You don't have to debate about it. Unless you have a doubt whether you are seeing it correctly or not.
Right.
If you have a doubt, you have to debate. Similarly here, if you see the truth of my words directly, the words of the Shastra, if it is coming, and you see it directly, there is no need for anything else. If it is vague, then some questioning, some understanding, etc. is involved. Yeah.
And regarding for example, someone may have less Shraddha in Shastra Pramana, someone may have more. So, only a difference of how much this person is understanding. The more one understands, this is correct, he will say he will have more Shraddha, is that correct?
Yeah. So, the surrender, I said, is to the pramana. You treat it like a pramana. That is the Shraddha. Shraddha means I respect it as a pramana. I am not looking at it as a theory. I am not looking at it as a hypothesis. I am not looking at it as something to be put into practice.
Right.
I am looking at understanding. Yeah.
Right. Can it is
a means of knowledge.
Yeah, a means of knowledge, exactly.
Yeah. And can it happen without understanding? Can without understanding I can still have full Shraddha to the pramana?
Yeah, I can look at it as a pramana, but if there is no understanding, then it is not yet a pramana for me. I am taking it in good faith.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. Taking it in good faith is not yet worked for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Maharaj.
Yeah. That's why you will either understand, not understand, or understand vaguely. Yeah.
That clears, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Then what did he ask? What did Shaunaka, who went with all this attitude and everything, ask? Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati iti. Very strange question. Very strange question. He didn't ask what is Vedanta. He didn't ask what is the Atma. He didn't ask what is Ishvara. These are the normal questions you go. He didn't ask what is karma. The question we hear so much that is coming out of the ears, like I saw. He didn't ask any of these things. Why? Because he is an informed student. He is an informed student. Therefore, he asks, Kasminnu Bhagava. Hey Bhagavan, Kasmin, knowing, Kasmin what? Vijñāte, Kasminnu Vijñāte. Knowing what? Sarvam Vijnatam Bhavati. Knowing what? I'll know everything that is there. Wow. Is there something like that? Will be a natural question. No? When you hear a statement like this, knowing something, you will know everything. What is your question? Yeah, bakwas kar raha hai kya? Or is there something like that? The question is a well thought out question. A question from a person who has already got some exposure. Remember, he was described as Mahashalaha. That means what? A great householder. That means obviously he has gone to a Gurukula before. Because it's only after Gurukula Vasa you become a householder those days. Without Gurukula Vasa, how can you become? You are not qualified even to become a householder, okay? You are illiterate lout. What are you doing? Even tribals came to Gurukulas, okay? Even tribals were not, all of them had education. Anyone who wanted to learn was accepted in a Gurukula. As recently as the 19th century, when the British came, there were 1 lakh Gurukulas functioning in India. 1 lakh. Over a lakh of Gurukulas functioning. Then because they wanted to really dominate us, they banned all the Gurukulas and introduced their English Western education, which has some advantage but a lot of disadvantage also, because we are disinherited from our own heritage, from our own history, from the whole body of knowledge that is there. In any field, there is a body of knowledge. All that we are, this thing. Anyway, that apart, that's not the question now. Therefore, he has gone to a Gurukula. In the Gurukula, up to Ishvara Jnanam is given, knowledge is given. Vedanta is taught only if some youngster asks for it. If a youngster is mature enough to ask for it. But some introduction is given. How to manage life is given. How to put life into life is given. That knowledge is given. How to be truly alive in life. Not just boringly do what you have to do. Priority setting is taught. All that you do with my youngsters, my youth group, is taught in a Gurukula also. Where do you think I got it from? All this is taught. Plus the skills that you need according to your profession, whatever you have decided to. Of course, certain things like mathematics, logic, language skills, grammar, worship, all that was a given, it was taught. Various types of worship, etc. Something that we are trying to put into everyone through Vedic wisdom. All this was taught in a Gurukula. So he is well informed. And in the traditional culture, people are busy, like all of you are busy. Now it's possible for once a week class, because full-timers are staying in cities and small towns, etc., where once a week class is possible. Those days, either the monks, the sannyasis, were in an ashrama, or they were roaming monks. So roaming, they will come to a village, conduct a satsang for a couple of days, go to the next village. Keep the flame alive, But Chaturmasya, okay, the 4 months, nowadays it has become 2 in our present system of calculation, only 4 pakshas, but whatever. That is the thing when India was an agrarian country. So rainy season, what happens? It is paddy that is grown. So the paddy is grown, it is transplanted in the first rains. After 2 weeks, then the villagers don't have to do anything, they are free. because it will grow by itself. You just have to see that it's not flooded out and washed out, that's all. That also you can't do much anyway. It depends upon the Lord. So there is a Chaturmasya period. They are free. So all the monks are traveling around Chaturmasya, they will stay in one place. Even now, if you go to Shankaramatam in Matunga, you will see some sadhu over there is staying there for Chaturmasya. Though really speaking, today's world, doesn't have much of meaning. So when they are staying in a village, that was a period of intense learning. Every day, morning, evening, the sadhu will teach something. And men and women will go and learn. So this man is already well informed. But now he wants a more intense learning and a validation from a sampradaya from someone who knows the sampradaya of teaching. Okay? So he asked this question, knowing which everything will. And the Guru should have said, "No, ठीक है, ये पढ़ लो, वो पढ़ लो. Here is this thing. Know this, everything is no." It is something like in physics looking for the fundamental building block of matter. What is that? If I know which, I know all the matter has come from. That is the question like that. But physics is limited to the material world. That's why there is a new branch of knowledge coming called biocentrism. Instead of physics being able to discover the truth, it is biocentric. Why? Because life, consciousness, how did consciousness evolve? Big debate going around. In the scientific world, there is a big debate about this. It won't really work well because science looks at consciousness as an evolute of matter. As long as they are not willing to drop that, it will not work. They come up to saying that consciousness is inherent in matter. ठीक है, थोड़ा और घूमने दो, फिर आ जाएगा वेदांत के में. But the Guru does, that is the question. But the Guru does not answer in that way. You know, ऋषिज हैं, साधु लोग हैं, टाइम बहुत है हाथ में. I say, okay, 7 to 8 class. Why? Because after that, all of you have to get on with your life, na? If all of you have to ask, Swamiji, can you do it 7 to 9? No problems. Can you all take it? Once, the day I decided to join the ashram, be a full-time student, Puja Swamiji, Swami Dayanandji, took a class from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock in the night, continuous. With one small tea break where the tea was served in the hall. And I am sitting and listening. Wow. I am going to take it up full time. That's it. If you can take it, we can teach you. What is the problem? But you have to get on with your life, etc. Therefore, 7 to 8. Okay. But here, the Guru is going a bit elaborate. We can also learn elaborate. Only thing is, remember the teaching of the previous Friday when you come next Friday. Class is Friday to Friday, Jummah to Jummah. Okay. But don't come with a fresh slate every Jummah, okay? Because after all, when I am going to teacher, I must go with a fresh, no preconceived notion. That is correct. No preconceived. But not forgetting everything that has been said before, okay? This poor guy is struggling to be in the class, okay? Yeah, all right. So, what did the Guru say? What does Angirasa say? Tasmai vacha dve vidye veditavye iti hasma yad brahmavido vadanti paramsha paramshati. In life, you have to study 2 disciplines of knowledge. Iti Brahmavida vadanti. Brahmavid is speaking like that. Swamiji, were you there at that time? No. Brahmavid means those who knows Brahman. Okay. If I was there at that time, I must have been an ignorant idiot. Why? Because again, knowledge only in this lifetime. No? So that lifetime if I was around, I must have been an ignorant idiot only. But Brahmavidaha, those who know the truth, they say, now look at the beauty of it. Shaunaka is not saying I am saying. I mean, Angirasa is not saying I am saying that. It says Brahmavid. Those who know the truth, they say, Dve vidye veditavyam. Paramcha aparamcha. Paramcha aparamcha. Now in some translations you will find Brahmavida is translated as knower of the Vedas. Because one of the meaning of Brahman is Veda. Okay? Both ways is correct. If you know the Vedas, you will never know the Veda until you know the truth. Therefore, if you have to say you are a Vedavid, you have to be a Brahmavid. Okay? Know the truth. Okay? Without knowing the truth, you are a Veda party. You are not a Vedavid. Okay? Yeah. Or you are a Karmata, not a Vedavid. To call yourself a Vedavid, you have to know the truth of the Vedas. That is Brahman, the reality. So, those people say that you have to study both para and apara. Para means absolute, apara means finite. Now you can scratch your head. कितना पड़ेगा अभी में? So he says, all right, I will describe it to you. Tatra apara. What is apara Veda? Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, Siksha, Kalpa, Vyakarnam, Niruktam, Chanda, Jyotishamiti. Physics, biology, economics, literature, music, dance, martial arts, included in today's world. Okay. Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva Veda, without leaving out the Upanishadic portion. Why? Because Apara Vidya is necessary. Apara Vidya means knowledge of the finite world. Siksha, okay? Siksha is the phonetics. Kalpa, how to do the rituals, etc. Vyakarnam, grammar. Niruktam, the meters, etc. Chanda, Niruktam, Chanda, meters, etc. Jyotisham, astrology. Why? In those days, this was not necessary. Minimum knowledge is necessary. What is today? Shukravaram. Arey, Titi kya hai? I don't know. So that much astrology, it is Ashtami. What is the star? Don't remember, but you should know to refer. Star kya hai? Are you getting the idea? Because your life depended on all these things. What you did depended on these things. In those days. Yeah. Today you need the knowledge that you need to manage your life is called Aparavidya. Aparavidya is that which is necessary to manage your life. Physics, chemistry, economics, mathematics, whatever. Your professional skills, all those things. Can you all hear me or am I frozen here? Can someone respond? But can you all hear me? Okay, can you all hear me now or not hear me? Okay, give me a minute. Can you all hear me or you can't hear me?
But the picture is not there.
Okay, I think now it is fine. Yeah, okay. So, this is the thing. All that you need to manage your life is called Aparavidya, which will include some psychological understanding, which will include your understanding of relationship, parenting, child rearing. All this will come under Aparavidya. All that you need to manage your life. Professional skills, all that is part of Aparavidya. Okay? All that is part of Aparavidya. Okay? And you need that, don't you? How are you going to live your life without Aparavidya? Therefore, you can't say, I don't want to live my life, I want directly go to moksha. When will you say that? After you reach some maturity, no? A 5-year-old can't say that. He doesn't know what moksha is about. The 5-year-old only knows, I want to be happy, that's it. Nothing more than that. So, earliest I seen people who have come and asked me, etc. 16, 17, 18. So, you have to, that means 16, 17, 18, you have to manage your life, no? That is also rare cases. Very often 25, 30. Oh, 25, 30, there's a lot happening, you have to manage your life. But 25 and all, we are still studying, no? Yeah, probably doing your master's, doctorate, etc. You would have got into a relationship, etc. I mean, no one survives college without some heartbreak, no? In today's world, you can't. Okay. That's good. Achha hai. Been there, done that, no? In fact, when people come and ask me, Swamiji, I want to be a full-timer. I want to study it, Vedanta full-time. First question I ask them is this. Have you fallen in love? No, Swamiji, never. I only want to love of God. Not yet ready to learn Vedanta. Go, fall in love. If you survive that, come back. And we'll think about being a full-timer. Otherwise, get married and study like how all my other students are studying. No problems. You will get moksha anyway. Either you can be married and happy, or you can be married and be a philosopher. Socrates. You have two options. Yeah. Or be married, be happy, study Vedanta and get fulfilled. So, to know what love is about, all this is Aparavidya. Aparavidya helps you manage your life and become mature in life. You study Aparavidya to handle life, to manage life, get your maturity. So that you can look at what more life can offer. When you want more out of life than what your career, job, relationships, entrepreneurship, family, etc. If you want more than that, then you come to Vedanta. You come to Paravidya. Otherwise, all this is Aparavidya. Aparavidya deals with dharmartha kama. Dharma, life here and hereafter. Ethical base here, hereafter. All your rituals, etc. Artha, your sense of security, pleasures. Your security and pleasures. All this is dealt with Aparavidya. So, dharma, life here, life hereafter. That's why all the Veda came into the picture. All the rituals, etc. Some of them are meant for life here, some of them are meant for life hereafter. Because we Sanatanis or Hindus are very smart people. We think long term, या ये लाइफ के लिए ठीक है, अगला जन्म क्या हो जाएगा? डू गुड कर्मा एक्सेट्रा. आफ्टर डेथ, in between this life and next life, should I be suffering somewhere or should I be having a nice break? So do enough to take care of that. Smart. That's not foolish, that's being smart. Dharmartha kama, aparavidya vishaya. Subject matter for aparavidya. So you need to know that. So in the Vedic Wisdom Festival, if we showed you how to do a puja, etc., that's all aparavidya, okay? Chanting, etc., aparavidya. Vedadhyanam, aparavidya. Okay? So he gave a big list. Then what is paravidya? Yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. Paravidya is that knowledge by which you get that which is aksharam. Naksharati iti. Look at it. The money that you make, ksharam. In fact, every day you are gaining and losing if you are invested in the stock market. No? More than 800 points have fallen today. Oh my God, I have gone into a loss. 800 points depreciation. Wow. Ksharam, ksharati iti. No, so all my value, my money is in safe investments. Inflation, ksharam. Or one day you will give away from it, ksharam. Relationships, unconditional love I received from my mom and dad. Ksharam, one day they'll go away. Or one day you will become the caregiver. They are not well enough, you have to be the caregiver. Now you are not receiving, you have to give. Many of us are in that stage in life right now, isn't it? Ksharam. Samji, my partner in life. Ksharam. All of you who are married know that very well. Where was the first flush of romantic love when you thought you could take the whole world on? Abhi, I had a manager. The husband comes and says, sweetheart, I love you. Yeah, that's fine. Let me finish cooking first. Correct, no? On the YouTube, I saw a small little video of this kid saying, Papa went to office without kissing me. Goodbye. He didn't have time for one kiss. His mind is full of all the project and the struggle and the problems of work. Ksharam. Not that the love is not there, but ksharam. Relatives. Ksharam, thank God. What is not ksharam? Your health. Yeah. There was a time when I could run a marathon with just 1 month's training. Now, my marathon days are over. Ksharam. Yeah. Everything goes. Everything is ksharam. Then what is not ksharam? That you gain by paravidya. What is free from decline? Anything that is conditioned by time and space is subject to ksharam. That means to be aksharam, it has to be free from time and space. Time and space should not be conditioning that reality. The unconditioned reality is called aksharam. Now question is, what is that? That is gained only by Paravidya. So Paravidya, he says, will give you Aksharam. Okay. Now, before I go into the verses detailing it, if there is something called Aksharam, that means unconditioned by time and space. Okay. Can it be in some Timbuktu, or should it be right around including me? If I say Aksharam is there out yonder, what are you doing? Locating it somewhere, making it a finite entity, because there's a location now. Idhar nahi hai, udhar hai. It is beyond all this seen world, in the unseen realms of the. Acha, it sounds nice. But is limiting or not? Idhar nahi hai na, udhar hi hai na. If it is here and not, if it is not here or it is only there, that means it is finite. This will be like that bhajan I heard, Nice bhajan. First two lines are very, very beautiful. It's in Telugu, but I'm sure everyone can understand it. Ikkade undu Panduranga. Panduranga is here, right here in my heart. Ikkade undu Pandu. Akkade undadi. It is there in Pandharpur. Correct? Panduranga. Akkade undu Panduranga. The Panduranga that is there. Ikkade undadi. It is there in my heart. Up to now is beautiful. Ikkade undu Panduranga, akkade undadi. Akkade undu Panduranga, ikkade undadi. Very good. Potama, Potama, Pandharpuru, Potama. Chalo, let's all go to Pandharpur. Arey, ye kya baat hai? I am not against the Pandharpur Yatra. I was invited to one this time. Suresh was telling me, the people from whom we took the land, etc. He has turned out to be a very nice help for us, great guy. Okay, Tambe. You think, स्वामी जी को आने को बोलो, हम लोग जीप लेके जाएंगे साथ उनको किधर तक चलने का उनको चलने दो, जीप में चलेंगे, जीप में. So fine, I am fine for that. I am not saying no to that. But if the Panduranga that is there is here and here is there, where do you have to go? Because it is not yet understood. You are singing it, that's nice, but not yet clear. Not yet clear. Yeah, it's not yet clear for you. It's only that something that you can sing about, nothing more than that. Yeah, that is like once I took a trip of people to Gomukh. We landed at Gangotri and we are having a late lunch when it started snowing. And between that they are saying, Ranga bina mein nahi jaunga and all that thing, that I will not go from here until I have darshan of the Lord. All that they were singing. So when it started snowing and it was snowing into the night, I said, Swamiji, tomorrow we can't go to Gangotri. Let us turn Gomukh. Let us turn back from here. I said, abhi tak gata tha. Without having darshan of the Lord, you are not going to go. Abhi little snow and you are saying you are going to want to turn back. You don't even know whether tomorrow morning will stop or not. What happened? I asked him, so what happened? Swamiji, sorry, ये सब गाने के लिए I got to it. At least गाता है ना, अच्छा है. I said, no, at least your intention is there. It has not developed into will and ability yet, but at least intention is there. अच्छा है. Very good. We will convert it into intention. Yeah. Into ability and action. So, anyway, if there is Aksharam, it cannot be placed anywhere, it cannot be beyond everything. It has to be beyond everything, it has to be in and through everything. That means it has to include me. And Aksharam is unconditioned by time and space. If it is unconditioned by time and space, Does it include me or is it me? Because an unconditioned reality can it be distributed into all of us? A divine spark in everyone, like a spark plug in a car. Cannot be like that. It has to be me also. Also, it has to be me. You mean to say I am the unconditioned reality? Then why am I feeling all these problems, etc.? Unfulfilled existential issues. Why am I feeling all that? That means what? Because you don't know what Aksharam is about. Therefore, Paravidya is necessary. Therefore, the Upanishad come into the picture, Vedanta comes into the picture. After you are done, in this case, after you are done with Dharmartha Kama, you are matured out, now you are ready for the real game of life. For the real, this thing, Paravidya you are ready for. Aparavidya has helped you mature out. So when does that maturity happen? I don't know. 20, 30, 40, 50, 80? Never? Swamiji, you are so critical. So many lifetimes I also led, not being mature enough to come to this knowledge. Last lifetime I came all the way from Tibet to India to study. Then got involved in all the martial arts, this, that, etc. Forgot Vedanta. I remember my life, that's why I am saying it. So, mature enough to understand the truth. Yeah. And some Ishvara Anugraha is necessary also because you have to meet your teacher, your guru. Yeah. In that lifetime, my guru was a Raja Guru, but he was not teaching Vedanta. This lifetime, he is also teaching, he taught Vedanta. Last lifetime, he was a Raja Guru, didn't teach Vedanta. The same person in this lifetime became Vedanta Acharya. Anyway, that apart. So, Paravidya is that. Then we have to see what exactly is that Paravidya. What is the whole thing about? That we will see next class. Your dinner awaits. It's past 8 here. I think in US it must be what, 7:30 or something morning?
6:35.
Wow. I admire your commitment to be there at 5:30 for the class. Good. Yeah. Good. So,
Thank you, Swamiji.
take care. Have a nice day. Night is still young. Yeah. Yeah. For all of you in India, night is still young. Yeah. Pranam ji, take care. All the best. Oh.